Everyone dreams of a comfortable life, a decent home, a reliable car, some savings, and maybe a vacation once a year. But here's the catch. What we call middle class isn't the same everywhere. Money with wings in one country, a $60,000 salary, might give you a cozy lifestyle. In another, it barely covers rent and groceries. So in today's video, we're answering one of the most important money questions of 2025. Backhand index pointing right. Exactly how much do you need to earn to live a middle-class lifestyle in the USA, UK, and Canada? And trust me, the results might shock you. We'll break down the real numbers, city by city, and even show you what kind of lifestyle that income buys in each country. Let's start with the United States, where the American dream is getting more expensive every single year. When most people think of the United States, they imagine the classic middle-class dream, a nice home, 2 cars, and maybe a family vacation to Florida. But in 2025, that dream comes with a serious price tag. Bar chart according to the Pew Research Center. The middle-class income range in America for a family of 3 now sits between $60,000 and $180,000 a year. But let's get real. If you're living in a major city like New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, that number is much higher. Moneybag, let's break it down with a real example. Housing, $2,500 to $4,000 per month for a decent 2-bedroom apartment in a city. Shopping cart groceries, $500 to $800 per month for a small family. Automobile transport, $400 to $800 per month, car payment, gas, insurance. Hospital health care, $300 to $600 per month, if not covered by employer. Chart increasing other costs, taxes, insurance, savings $1, $500/month. White heavy check mark added up, and the average comfortable middle-class lifestyle in the USA costs around $90,000 to $120,000 per year. And here's the kicker. If you want a home in a safe neighborhood, private health care, and even a modest vacation, that number can climb above $150,000. Light bulb, in short, $100,000, which once sounded like wealth, is now just the entry ticket to the middle class in most major U.S. cities. When people think of the U.K., they picture cobblestone streets, cozy homes, and tea breaks. But the middle-class lifestyle here comes with its own challenges. Bar chart in 2025. The UK's middle class is typically defined as those earning between £35,000 and £100,000 per year. But just like in the U.S., the number changes drastically depending on where you live. If you're in London, one of the most expensive cities in Europe, you'll need much more to feel comfortable. Let's look at a realistic budget. Housing, $1,800 to £3,000 per month for a modest flat in London. Shopping cart groceries, $350 to £600 per month for a couple or small family. Metro transportation, $250 to £400 per month, public transit or car costs. Hospital health care, mostly free under the NHS, but private insurance adds £100, £200 per month. Chart increasing other costs, taxes, savings, childcare, entertainment, £1, £000, £1,500 per month. White heavy checkmark total. A typical comfortable middle-class life in the UK will cost you about £60,000 to £80,000 per year, or roughly $75,000 to $100,000 USD. But here's where the UK differs from the US. Public health care, public transport, and education can significantly reduce some costs, but housing and taxes eat a huge chunk of your income. Light bulb the result? Earning £50,000 might sound impressive, but in London or Manchester, it's closer to just getting by than living comfortably. Now, let's head north to Canada. Often seen as a balance between the high cost of the U.S. and the public benefits of the U.K. But in 2025, even Canada's middle class is under pressure. Bar chart according to Statistics Canada. The middle-class income range for a family is roughly $70,000 to $120,000 per year. But just like everywhere else, location is everything. Living in Toronto or Vancouver will cost you much more than living in Halifax or Calgary. Here's what a typical middle-class lifestyle in a major Canadian city looks like. Housing, $2,000 to $3,500 per month for a two-bedroom apartment. Shopping cart groceries, $600 to $900 per month for a small family. Automobile transport, $400 to $700 per month car, gas, insurance. Hospital health care, mostly covered by public system, but private insurance and dental, CAD $150 per month. Chart increasing other costs, savings, taxes, child care, entertainment $1,200 to $1,800 per month. Why'd every check mark added up? And a comfortable middle-class life in a major Canadian city costs about $90,000 to $120,000 per year, or roughly $65,000 to $85,000 USD. And here's the twist. While healthcare and education are more affordable, housing and taxes have skyrocketed, often eating up over 50% of your take-home pay. Light bulb the result? A six-figure salary in Canada still feels middle class, especially in big cities, but in smaller towns, that same salary can stretch much further. So now that we've seen the real numbers, let's put everything side by side and answer the big question. Backhand index pointing right. Where does your money actually go the furthest in 2025? Bar chart here's the breakdown for a comfortable middle-class life. United States, $90,000 to $120,000 per year. United Kingdom, $60,000 to £80,000 per year. $75,000, $100,000. Canada, $90,000 to $120,000 per year. $65,000, $85,000. Why'd have we checkmarked the U.S.? Offers higher salaries but also higher costs, especially healthcare, housing, and taxes. Middle class is expensive but comes with more choices and flexibility. Why'd have we checkmarked the UK? Slightly lower income threshold thanks to public services like healthcare and transport, but housing and taxes still squeeze most of your budget. Why'd have we checkmark Canada? A middle ground, more affordable healthcare and education. But rising housing costs mean that six figures doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Light bulb the big lesson? In 2025, being middle class is no longer about the salary alone. It's about where you live, how you manage your money, and what lifestyle you want. So if you're chasing that dream of financial comfort, don't just look at the paycheck. Look at the real cost of living behind it. Because in today's world, $100,000 might feel like wealth, or it might barely keep you in the middle class.